Okay.
Are you used to this? Does this kind of crowd follow you everywhere you go?
We can never get used to you guys' love. Come on. We can't get never used to this.
And we should point out, RM, that this crowd, some have been sleeping outside since Wednesday. They come from all over the country and all over the world. Why do you think this group of yours is a global sensation?
There could be many reasons, but, all the members, they're so cute and attractive.
Annyeonghaseyo, b****s. Welcome back to the Kane Hero YouTube channel. Today we got a little bit of a special report for you on a very specific topic that I'm sure you are all well aware of and already acquainted with, and that is K-pop stans.
Oh.
Now the reason I was bringing this up and making a video about this is because I recently had a run-in with a few K-pop stans, and it was absolutely cringy. It was the worst interaction I've ever had on any social media. It was Twitter specifically. And I wanted to run down through it and show you how I absolutely f***ing destroyed them. I annihilated them all. They all went home with their tail between their legs. It was really sad, actually, and I'd like to just gloat, do a victory lap here, and talk about it for you 30 people to see on YouTube. So this all started when not too long ago, Seven Nation Army was trending on Twitter, and I saw a lot of tweets from people who were saying they thought that they were talking about BTS when they saw Seven Nation Army. The tweet I saw said, "Bye, I saw Seven Nation Army and thought it was BTS," crying emoji, with a fan cam of BTS. And if you don't know, fan cams are just edits of BTS icons, or idols as they call them, dancing. It's just a video of BTS or K-pop people dancing. And Jesse responded to that tweet, "Y'all need to branch out and explore music." Which I was like, yeah, they do. They really do. I agreed with that. So somebody responded to it, obviously a K-pop stan, because their picture and banner is of a K-pop idol, and every single post of theirs is either a retweet of a K-pop person or a K-pop stan. So they wrote, "Why do they need to branch out and explore music?" And I was like, oh, this is my end. This is how I'm going to get in there and change some minds. So I said, because K-pop isn't the only music genre. I think that is factual. It sure seems like they think the only genre is K-pop, because that's what they surround their life with. They dedicate their entire existence to standing Luna, BTS, ARMY, whatever. It's ridiculous. But anyways, they responded, "So what? We know that. We may like K-pop more than other genre. Also, educate yourself a bit, because yes, it may be called K-pop, but within K-pop itself, there are many genres. Within K-pop itself, there are many genres. I mean, technically, yes, I guess there are subgenres of K-pop, just like how there are subgenres of American pop. But just because I didn't mention the fact that there were several different types of K-pop doesn't mean that I'm not well aware of that." I replied to that, "This is great content. Thank you guys so much." The wheels were already turning in my head. The cogs were already, just grinding together. I was like, this is going to be a great video topic. So I said, "This is great content. Thank you guys so much. I'll be sure to educate myself by looking at pictures of Jimin for half an hour on Google Images." I thought that was pretty funny, because I know that's exactly what they do. I've interacted with quite a few K-pop stans in real life, and that is what they do in their free time. They look for pictures of Jimin on Google Images, and they post that to their story. That's their life. They then responded, "Okay, be ignorant, but you have fun with that," emoji. I couldn't let it just stay there. I mean, I knew that I was not being ignorant. I was just fighting the good fight, but I had to continue. In what way am I being ignorant? I know all about stan culture and K-pop. I don't mind the latter, it's the former that needs to change. A stan is a stalker fan. The term originated from Eminem's 2000 single Stan, detailing the horrific mental breakdown and eventual murder-suicide of a stalker fan of the rapper. The song was not an endorsement, nor was it anything less than a direct discouragement of the practice. Then Chicken Noodle Soup responded to me, "Yeah, I knew that, but if I were to call myself a stan of BTS or another group, it doesn't mean that I'm stalking them. Meaning of words change in perspective to each individual. So, as I wouldn't think stan is a bad thing when considering K-pop, you may think otherwise." That would be a fair point. If the word wasn't stan, don't call yourself a stalker fan if you're not a stalker fan. You know what I mean? Like, that is literally what the word means. I don't understand how it could be taken any other way. Anyways, what do you, as a stan, do? I reply. You post pictures and videos of them all the time. You set your profile picture and banner to pictures of them. You defend them endlessly from any controversy. This isn't healthy behavior. I'm sure the artists are uncomfortable with this, so why do you do it? I think that's a fair point. We've seen this time and time again, even outside of K-pop. Call Me Carson, Lunch Club, even Misfits. They have these stans that are obsessive with them and very, sometimes even threatening with violence and sexually explicit stuff. It's really scary to see that these people are just normal people trying to make funny videos online, and they're being stalked. And same with these K-pop artists. I don't mind K-pop. These are just young artists who are trying to make music, and they have all these people from across the world devoting their entire lives to stalking them, worshiping them, doing nothing but thinking about them. It's very unhealthy behavior. So, anyways, that triggered them quite a bit, I feel. They didn't like that at all. They said, just because it derived from those two words doesn't mean we use it with the same meaning. Okay? In what context do you use it? What does stan mean? Just a fan? No, that can't be, because why wouldn't you just call yourself a fan? So it must be something deeper, something possibly more obsessive and devoted. Oh, like a stalker fan. I don't mean to pat myself on the back, but I feel like I'm dropping hot lead right now. This is, these aren't my opinions only, either. I feel like this is something that should be addressed, right? I don't know. Whatever. Moving on. Well, in my personal experience, I hear people say more often, I'm a K-pop stan. Do I automatically think they are a stalker of K-pop idols? No. K-pop stans are usually more loyal and dedicated to their idols, but that does not mean they're a stalker. What? Then why don't you just call yourself a fan? Like a big fan? I don't understand. So does stan in this context mean super fan? Is that what that means? Where does the T come from then? Where does the T, stalker, that's where it comes from. I don't understand. It literally means stalker. Whatever. Stalker doesn't strictly refer to someone who physically follows another. Your actions demonstrate that you stalk them online, which is a form of stalking. You also, willingly call yourself a stalker. So, their response was absolutely golden. As a stalker fan, I have already explained that is not what I define a stan as. As a stalker fan, I've already explained that I don't define stan as stalker fan. That's what they were stating. I don't understand how, what? These people exist? So I knew that it was pretty much over at that point. There was nowhere else to go. So I responded, you just dunked on yourself. The crowd goes wild. Congrats! You've just advanced through the Twitter reply playoffs and right into the finals. Stan literally means stalker fan. If you define yourself as a stan, you are a stalker fan. Jedi mind tricks don't work on me, Qui-Gon. Which is a little bit of a misquote. I hadn't seen Phantom Menace in a while. Don't at me. At this point, it was pretty much clear that the little scuffle had been won, not just by me. There were other people in the fray. Like the person who started it, Jesse, was very supportive in this whole endeavor. So I appreciate that. but they were pretty sour about it. They continued to respond to my massive dub for the next hour, the same person as well as others. But Chicken Noodle Soup says, "Wow, Star Wars reference?" As if Star Wars is any more cringy than devoting your entire life to a 17-year-old Korean man. That's not... What? No, that's two different levels. Somebody who likes a super popular franchise and somebody who devotes their life to stalking a minor. Wow, Star Wars references? Not every word means the same thing to each person. If you can't understand something as simple as that, then there's really no point in talking to you. But I gotta ask, if I say I'm a K-pop stan with no reference to any artist, does that mean I stalk K-pop? No, that's not what that means at all. What? That's like calling somebody racist, then not specifying the race, so then they're like, oh, what, am I racist against every race? No, it doesn't work like that. Just because I call you a K-pop stan doesn't mean I think you stalk the genre of K-pop. They then responded, also, you strayed away from the point of the convo, which was not about stans. It was about why Jessie, or whatever their name is, felt that people who listen to Korean music needed to explore different music, which is why it isn't a W. That would be true if those two arguments were not one and the same. My last reply of the evening was addressing that point. It said, no, I didn't stray away at all. This is the last reply, by the way, because no more needs to be said. These arguments are one and the same. If you're infatuated with K-pop artists to the point of obsession, you need to diversify your music tastes. You like the image more than the music. And that last part, I'm not so sure about that. I understand that there are a lot of people who like K-pop and stan K-pop people, mostly because they like the music. But this person in particular, I was fairly certain it was more of an image thing, that it was more of an obsession with the individual rather than the product that they were producing, just by looking at their tweets. I'm not going to put up their tweets, but they had recently gone on a mega thread, and I'm talking retweet after retweet, their own tweets, replies, whatever, for days, about how a manager had screwed over a K-pop band, and they had gone out of their way for days to attack that producer, even going so far as to threaten physical violence against them, which made me fairly certain that this was not just a fan of the music. Now, all throughout this process, I was getting kind of worried, because some of the replies were getting likes, and I was like, oh man, am I in the wrong here? Is this not a popular opinion? And then I looked at who was liking these tweets, and no surprises there. Everybody who liked these tweets was a die-hard K-pop stan, so much that they were even more devoted than the person actually replying. Like, Stay Gold, BTS Army, there might be millions of stars in your galaxy, but there are 7 in mine. Heart, 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 heart. Followed back guaranteed if you are a K-pop account. These people have devoted their lives. They took an entire email and thought, let's just use that just for K-pop. But anyways, guys, that's where I'm going to end this video. Massive dub against the K-pop stans. And listen, if you're a K-pop fan, great, good for you. Remain a fan. Don't convert to stan culture. It's unhealthy. It makes the artist feel uncomfortable. And just because you think these people are great, you like their music, you think they're hot, whatever, don't devote your lives to them. Let that be a hobby of yours, not your main job. Anyways, that's it. I'm gonna go, I don't know, stan Luna. Thanks for watching. Annyeong!
But no matter where I go, I never feel quite in place. Like a puzzle piece that's way too small. The crumbs you let go to waste, but still quietly set here and pretend that I fit in. If you ask me what I'm